Hello and welcome to this special presentation brought to you by Livemint and Hewlett Packard Enterprise titled Control Your Digital Destiny. In this show, we help you navigate digital transformation journeys by showcasing the experience of diverse companies that have integrated the digital mantra across their business to fundamentally change how they operate and serve customers better. Today, we shine a spotlight on the telecom sector in India. It's the fastest growing and second largest market in the world, which brings with it a unique set of challenges. So let's connect the dots to understand how a telecom giant such as Vodafone Idea charted its digital transformation journey. Vishant Vora from Vodafone Idea joins us to share his insights along with Som Satsangi of Hewlett Packard Enterprise. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us first, why is it important for companies to take control of that journey, Vishant?
Well, I think we live today in the era of instant connect. So the connection with the customer, or at the other end with the investors or the larger society, there is an expectation that you will respond immediately to whatever the issue of the moment is. The second thing is also, I think we are moving away from the era of mass production, mass communication, and we're getting into really segment of one. And the third thing is there is an enormous pressure to reduce your cost of production, to cost to serve. And all those three things come together, which then create an imperative for an organization to turn to digital as a way to address all those three issues.
All right. And in terms of the inevitability of digital transformation, which has been bandied about, do you think any sector or business or companies can be insulated from this change?
No, Gautam, the way the digital disruption is happening and the enterprises are adopting this digital journey, I don't think there's any organization who can say that they are not going to go this path. It's a question of time. And the way we see, probably it's happening much faster than what we envisaged a couple of years back. Almost every industry is going to massive digital disruption and changes in their organization. It is not only changing the existing business model, it's creating a lot of new business model which never existed a couple of years back. The way we use the taxi services today is far different than what we used to do earlier with the help of Uber and Ola and all. And as simple as that, just take the example of Big Basket in India. Small steps toward those things. Everyday household grocery, the way we consume that things with just a click in our handphone, and it's all there at our doorstep almost at the same cost. So it has changed the entire user experience. So the way at HPE we believe that because of the user experience, all the industries are going to be changing the entire digital adoptions, and no industry can live and say that we are not going to go the digital journey.
All right.
So that's what is happening in the marketplace.
For the telecom industry perspective, what do you think are the true components of a digital enterprise, in your opinion?
Well, I think there are several components for any organization, but typically I think a successful digital organization has some key strategic aspects and a framework in place, which involves social, it involves mobile, analytics, and then cloud, use of cloud in a big way. So when those four things come together in a cogent and a coherent strategic framework, that's one sign of a digital enterprise. The second part, I think, is the way that you go about creating this experience, creating these services. I think if you are a true digital organization, then you are going to work in an agile way, which is a whole new way of working. The agile framework is something that an organization needs to adapt, really to make digital experience come alive. The third part of it is also, is it very clear what the business objective is with whether it's a digital initiative that you're counting or any other initiative. But is it a business objective that is being supported through your strategic framework? And when all those things come together, To me, that's a digital organization. And it would be the same case in the case of Vodafone Idea or any other telco operator.
All right. And so how would you define a truly digital enterprise? HPE works across diverse sectors. So what are some of the key points which connect all of them together in this digital transformation journey?
So from HPE's side, what we believe a true digital enterprise has got three core components, and which start from the edge-centric, which cloud-enabled and data-driven of the world. And I'll just elaborate each of these things. When we say edge-centric, we know that that's a place in a digital transformation journey. The maximum number of interactions that are happening with billions of consumer and trillions of devices, and that's an inception point which is generating a huge amount of data. And that's a place where HP has done a lot of innovation at Intelligent Edge, that how we can capture the data, analyze the data at the Intelligent Edge, and bring the information and the use cases so that customer can leverage that things. Because as per Gartner, 75% of the data by 2020 will be generated at the edge, will be consumed at the edge. It is never going to come to the data center in the cloud. And that's a place where, with the help of our Intelligent Edge and Aruba, we are able to provide the solution to our customer. Next steps towards what Vishant also talked about is the hybrid cloud environment. And that's a place where, again, HP has done a massive innovation, starting from the entire software-defined infrastructure, and also some of the composition from the how we can have hybrid IT simple for our customers. So we have got a Red Pixie, we have got a CTP, and these are the software which we have embedded into our entire data center journey to make hybrid cloud easy for our customers, so that they can decide what workload to keep on-prem, what workload to keep on cloud, and a seamless integration between these two things. Third, obviously, the data. Data is so important today in today's world. And that is where the HP has again done a lot of innovations to bring the data analytics at the core data center, that how we can get the insight, because we can't afford to drop any data. Whatever the data is coming, and data is generated by the human, by the devices, by the IT and all the devices, we have to capture the data, analyze the data, and get the insight. So these three are the core fundamental of any digital transformation journey. And HP is aligned in all three of them and providing solution to our customers.
All right, from talking about pillars of a digital transformation journey, let's talk about specific use cases as to leveraging digital, so that our viewers get a better idea of how Vodafone has managed to leverage digital and also newer technologies like AI and IoT to service customers better and streamline its operations. Any insights you'd like to share? Any experiences you'd like to share with us?
The edge computing capabilities being deployed in our networks today is the largest deployment of edge computing, I believe, in the country. It's probably one of the largest in the world. And our plans are to expand it much, much further. So getting that edge computing will give us a huge lead versus competition in our ability to handle IoT, where we currently today are the global leaders. Vodafone is a global leader in the IoT space. And building this edge analytics capability with our distributed cloud will give us an enormous advantage in our offerings to the enterprise customers. Now, within these distributed computing centers, we are also putting in a lot of AI, machine learning technologies, which what it will do is that it will further enhance the offering. So for an enterprise, it does not need to send massive loads of data back to a centralized cloud server, which may be a public cloud server. A lot of the processing can be done on the edge, and therefore you improve your security, you reduce your transmission costs, you reduce your storage costs. All of those things will be enabled because of the AI capabilities we will put onto the distributed edge. In addition to that, for our own business, we have been building AI capabilities within our network operations center, from where we kind of control all of the network uptimes, the maintenance, the routine maintenance work, as well as reactive maintenance work. All of that is very, very highly automated. We've been using robotic process automation, RPAs as they're called, for several years now. We have also deployed AI as a technology in a lot of our design and optimization of networks. So the vision is, over a period of time, all of these different aspects from planning, design, operations, and selling to the customer, all of that is an end-to-end, highly data-driven and an intelligent process that is real-time configurable and can monetize our network on a real-time basis for all our enterprise clients as well as our consumer clients. So the technologies are going in everywhere to enable this fully digital network of the future.
The telecom industry is undergoing a massive transformation. MWC, we saw a lot of buzz about 5G and its potential. So how does HPE play an important role in this context?
In India, if you see the way the entire 4G adoption has happened, the way the faster network were rolled out, the new age of services and the entire digital adoption, whether it's e-commerce or mobility or content creations or use of the content, has changed every human life kind of thing. And as we see that 5G is a big buzzword, everybody is talking about the 5G, and 5G is going to be having much more larger disruption because of the heavy content based, heavy data usage based kind of things and low latency use cases which will be developed around 5G with the adoptions of IoT, advanced IoT sensor devices, the AI, ML, data analytics, with the video analytics, which we were not able to justify with the 4G. With the 5G network, there will be a lot of these new use cases will be coming and they'll be able to deploy. HPE understand this thing, and that is why HPE has decided to leapfrog on some of those technology development in this area. So recently at Mobile World Congress, we have launched and showcased some of the new technology from the edge side. So we launched a new product called EdgeLine Server 8000, which is the first product of its own kind. And we have worked with a technology partner like Intel to create a new platform that will help a lot of enterprises to consume, analyze the content, and bring the insight at the edge. So that's one work which we are doing. We are also working with a lot of IoT and advanced IoT vendor to work along with this the EdgeLine Converge System EL8000 so that we can have end-to-end solutions. So we are very hopeful that once the 5G is the reality in India also, we will be able to provide a lot of solution to our telco operator at a very reasonable cost so that they can deploy the new age solution and get the new customer experience at the edge.
Technology, people and economics are the key pillars for any transformation, digital transformation journey. How do you address these attributes?
Yeah, so you know, from technology standpoint, HPE is a leader in technology and innovation last 75% plus years. We have been a technology leader. And as to Vishant's point, not only at the core data center, we are also helping the enterprises both for the data center and the edge, that how we can have the environment which is more software defined, more flexible, more toward the hybrid cloud environment. And we provide the consumption as a services to our employees. So that's what we are trying to work it out on the core data center and technology side. People, it's a hardest part of any digital transformation journey. And McKinsey did research on this thing, and this is 80% of the technology transformation project have failed because of this people processes internally. And that's why HPE again is putting a lot of focus. We created a different division within the HPE as a services arm, Point Next Focus, which work on the people transformations, training, enablement, and how we can help enterprise to create an entire infrastructure, the applications, and entire roadmap for their entire digital transformation journey, starting from creation, adoptions, and finally operationalizing the whole thing. And so that is a big aspect and big portfolio within HPE, Point Next as a services thing. finally, coming to the finance and economics, it's a very, very important, again, it's a very critical aspect. And that is why we brought the entire HP Financial Services around some of the GreenLake offering, where we are telling customer that you don't need to make the upfront investment as CapEx. We can help you to create the services, and you pay as you consume and you use on those things. Like similarly, the telco is a big, very capital intensive operations, and we are working with a lot of large telco operators and helping them to move into this economic model where rather than doing a capital intensive operations, how we can move more in the OPEX, and as they grow, as they consume, they start paying.
All right. And in that context, do you think hybrid cloud is a great option, is a great solution for growing your enterprise, especially as you move forward in your digital transformation journey, where you need a lot of that agility and flexibility that you spoke about? Tell us about how much you see the value of a hybrid cloud approach when it comes to IT infrastructure.
I would say hybrid cloud is a reality pretty much across all the industries, including telco. It will be used in different kind of combinations, but for sure we see a clear business case for using a public cloud as well as our on-premise cloud, and getting a right orchestrator to be able to move your workloads in real time across this space between on-premise and off-premise public cloud is a key requirement for an organization to successfully capitalize on the hybrid strategy. And that's something that most organizations are still in the process of actually identifying and developing. We are also. In the case of telecom, specifically, because telecom estate also is really now being cloudified, so we have very, very large platforms available for processing even the traditional IT workloads. So there will be a day very soon in our future where we will not have the distinction between IT and network or telecom. We'll have one cloud in our organization, and we will be working with the public cloud providers as well to move our workloads to optimize the investments and the spend efficiencies. As a matter of fact, in the case of Vodafone Idea, is the first operator globally to have conducted the first VoLTE call and first data sessions on a public cloud. So we are quite flexible, and we will make that decision on that balance between public and on-premise based on the economics.
What's your point of view on this, on using hybrid cloud, and especially the new models which it brings forth, like a pay-per-use consumption model?
Hybrid is a reality, and enterprises are only looking at what workload to put on-prem, what workload to put on public cloud, and how seamlessly you can move from on-prem to off-prem. It's a very, very critical journey. While enterprises are looking, and that's a place where from Hewlett Packard Enterprise, we are able to help our customer and decide how to put what workload, keeping in mind the economy about the whole thing. And also because a lot of applications require a lot of security aspect, and those things cannot be put onto the public cloud. So how on-prem you can have that thing, and that is why we brought in the first fully composable infrastructure called Synergy that provide on-prem the facility what you can work on cloud based on agility, flexibility and all, and also provide the security at on-prem. So HPE is working on a lot of solution that how we can help enterprises to have their entire strategy around the hybrid. And with the GreenLake offering, with the consumption-based offering, we are just ensuring that there's no gap between on-prem and off-prem, and that's a seamless migration we are working for most of our enterprise.
All right. And Vishant, how do you see HPE helping Vodafone Idea in its digital transformation journey?
First of all, I think supporting our containerization strategy, because containerization is the way to really kind of be successful in the cloud world. So having a set of offering and services to enable that. The second part of it is really a denser computing capacity. So number of cores per servers, etc. We would like to see much more denser set of servers. And then the third part of it is around intelligent server adapters or NICs, smart NICs as they're called. I think HPE is in a great position to help develop those three aspects, which will really help our organization really be successful with the hybrid cloud strategy.
All right, Som, your response before we wrap up the show?
So I think, what Vishant is saying, we are already working on some of those areas. On compute side, we continue to provide more and more denser server. We are working specifically on creating more solution for the telco-centric environment where they require more CPUs, more compute power on those things. On that journey, we are also working on the next generation of the compute platform, which is going to be the machine, where we will say that at the heart of the center is going to be all memory-based computing, and CPUs are going to surround that things, because the way the data is growing, at some point of time, the traditional compute may not be able to manage and analyze all of those things. So we are working on those things. We are also creating the hybrid platform specific to the telco environment, and as I mentioned, that from the edge side, which is going to be the major disruption happening with the 5G adoptions and all, with our intelligent edge, along with the edge line server and newer technology what we have developed and recently launched at Mobile World Congress, we are able to address any requirement of new telco customer, and certainly like Vodafone Idea will be keen to partner and drive more solution in those areas.
On that note, let's wrap up this discussion. Gentlemen, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on this topic of controlling a digital destiny. And of course, thank you to our viewers for tuning in.